asked the questions. We are here to provide answers. And there was a lot. There's a lot of questions revolving the topic of girls. Ew, why'd that guy stare at me around the corner? He had a cig out of his mouth and he was like, as I was saying, we're girls, so we will be here to answer all the questions that you have to the best of our ability. We don't know everything. Our Instagrams are linked in the description. Follow us and let's start. The first question, why don't girls like the good dudes? It's like the good guys, the nice ones. Does that ever happen? Actually, yeah, it does. I heard a theory one time, but it was reversed, like, why do guys go after the, like, mean girls and stuff like that? Okay. I heard a theory that it was, like, because they believe that they can, like, pick up, like a bad girl, basically, and thinks that they can, like, change them. It's kind of, like, a proud moment for them, like, in their group to be, like, yeah, like, I changed this girl. My personal opinion would be that girls don't go for, like, the good guys, technically, because it's just not as, like, fun, in a sense. For me, personally, I don't really care. I think good boys are cute. I like them. I just think if they're just, like, too good, it's kind of like, where's the fun? And it sounds so bad because, like, who wants to be treated bad? Like, it's not the overall goal is to be treated like shit. That's not what I want. It's more just like, they kind of test you a little, you know? You kind of want someone that's harder to get, because if you get someone that everybody can get, you're not really special, or you don't feel special, you know what I mean? But if you get the person that's, like, harder to get and, like, not a lot of people can get with them, then you feel like you accomplished something. It's weird. It's like mind games. What do mind games exist? Whatever. Let's move to the next question. Okay. But what do you like, Brooke? Do you like good boys or bad boys? Probably good. I like good boys with a hint of bad. Yeah. A good combination between both. Because if you have a bad guy, like, no, I don't want a boyfriend that's in jail. I don't want my boyfriend to be the community drug dealer, okay? What do you search for in a man? Someone who has, like, good humor and just good communication skills. Like, I don't think I go around looking for certain qualities in people. It's just how well you click. Yeah. Like, there's some people where there's just, like, their vibes are just so off. Like, you guys just are not compatible, and it's as simple as that. It's not a problem. Fuck. Today's just like a little road rage day. I can feel it. Yeah. I really, I don't know. You and I always talk about, like, the shy boys. There's something about the shy boys. Like, so sweet, but, like, it's hard because they don't really make the first move a lot of the time. So if you're not, like, initially aggressive, then it just, like, never happens. Yeah. I also like creative boys. Like, boys that are just, like, a little different. And I don't want a boy who cannot show any emotion. And it's just very, like, no, boys who show emotion are hot as fuck. Oh my god, so cute. Boys who are open-minded, or, like, open-minded boys, oh yeah. But they're not judgmental. Yeah. Because, like, just even, like, being around a person in general who's judgmental, like, it's just never fun. Why do they never reply? If a girl's not replying, it's just basic, she's not into you, and it's, like, the nicest, or, like, easiest way to, like, let a guy down. No, I agree. And, like, if they're not replying, like, that's just not a good sign. Let it go. And don't keep pushing, because you're just gonna further embarrass yourself, okay? I promise you. I always treat a situation like if it was reversed, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if I don't know where someone stands, I would be like, okay, well, would I do this if I was into someone? And if I'm like, no, then I'm like, okay, then they're probably not into me. Yeah. Do you prefer flowers or chocolate on Valentine's Day? I have no preference. I will take anything because I've never gotten anything in my life. Yeah, true. So, you say flowers? Yeah. I'd say chocolate. There's something hot about a guy. A boy bring you flowers? Yeah. Okay, so why are girls so hard to please sometimes? I think maybe sometimes girls don't even know what they want. I don't know. I think if you're with the right person, I don't think it's hard to, like, please them. I don't really think most girls are hard to please, and if you're with some girl who's being, like, all tricky, I know girls like that are very, like, high maintenance. It's not, so like, you may think that that is normal for girls, but not every girl is like that. Most and the good ones aren't. Just saying. Why don't y'all shoot your shot? Because it's scary. Fear of rejection. Yeah. And that's what everyone's scared of. No one wants to be, like, rejected by anyone, especially not someone you think is attractive. I also think, though, too, that, like, because I'll, like, listen to podcasts, whatever, guys talking about, like, how they would like girls coming up to them and stuff. Yeah. But then they always say that sometimes, like, it comes off, like, they're really ballsy and they don't know if they like that, because it's, like, uncomfortable uncomfortable for them because guys are so used to making the first move. It sometimes can come off as a bit eager, and I don't know, I think when you're shooting your shot, everything is about first impressions, right? You know the loud girls. You know who they are. But then they're always like,
oh no, there's something sexy about her. Sometimes she knows what she wants and does it.
Probably just because it's scary and fear of rejection. Yeah. Who needs to carry a conversation? I don't think it's like one person or the other. An equal amount, obviously, but it can kind of go back and forth, you know? Like maybe like the person who started it one day and the other person started the conversation next day, like, you know? Yeah, because I've been on the end of things where it's so one-sided and it's like, say, the guy just constantly messaging me like every single morning. Okay, no, not like that. Where it's kind of like, oh my god, like give me a second to breathe. Or like give me the chance to message you first. Sometimes annoying, but carrying the conversation, I agree, it's mutual. And like your chemistry is already kind of off. That's so funny that you said that about carrying the conversation because I feel like there's been so many times where I'm the one that carries it. Like it just gets so like dead and I'm like, oh my god, I'll ask like another question or something like so. But then you don't want to you don't want to come off as like a fucking interviewer. I've been messaging a boy before where all he did was talk about himself, and that is not carrying a conversation. I will let you know. If you're not asking someone about them, it's so boring and the other person's not going to engage. I don't even know why anyone would think that's a good idea. What do you think about shy boys? So we kind of already touched on this a bit, but do you want to talk about it more? I think they're everything. The shy boys are cute because like I feel like then their intentions aren't like to like fuck around with you. Yeah. You know what I mean? I always feel like shy boys are a lot more polite. There's something like attractive about a guy not being like the loudest in the room every single time you meet up. But there also comes like a limit where you can't be like, if they isolate themselves so often, it's kind of hard to like getting in. And I try to keep that in mind for myself too. Like I would consider myself more of a shy person, but like if you are so shy to the fact where you're just like isolating yourself, you're never gonna date anyone. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more difficult. I love a good shy boy. Same. And then when you talk to them and you meet them, they're actually a lot more outgoing than they let on. Or they're like, they have all these things that no one else knows about them. It's definitely a lot better than some guy who's like arrogant, thinks like they're the shit. And like all cocky. Get that energy away from me. Like confident but not arrogant. Thing you find most attractive in a guy? Like physical or non-physical? I would say non-physical. We can do both. Oh, I don't know. There's so many. How do I just choose one? Maybe when they start like opening up to you or something. I think something like about that's just really attractive because it shows like they kind of have a bit of trust with you. A lot of times you'll hear like guys like don't really tell their friends about stuff maybe. Yeah, true. So like when they tell you. So like when you're like best friends, that's so attractive. That's so cute. What about you, non-physical? I would say confidence maybe. Something that like, you know, guys have their little like swagger. Or when they kind of like, they wear the pants of it in a sense. Yeah. You know what I mean? No, I know what you mean. You feel like protected. So hot. What's something non-physical that you find most attractive in a guy? Or something I meant physical, not non-physical. Yeah. But like something they do or like something just about a guy that I like. We'll do both. Because there's so much we could say. Well, like when you're actually looking at them, what's the most attractive thing when you're like looking at them? Oh my god, their hair. Their hair. I've seen a boy with 2 different haircuts and oh my god, it makes a change. So maybe try focusing on your hair, maybe see what you can do because it literally can change the way you look. And then what's something I guess like that they do? Yeah, that they do. That's attractive. Like just say something really random. What's something that a guy does that is just like hot for no reason? Oh my god, when they take off their hoodies backwards like that. How the sorcery. Like something as small as like, it sounds so stupid, but when they like hold like a cup or like open a cap on a water bottle or something, their fucking hands. Oh, I like looking at guys writing too, like the way they write, like how it turns out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Boy writing can be really cute if it's like legible. Yeah. Do girls like guys with beards? Teach their own, but no. Basically, it's opinion based. Yeah. Every girl's gonna say something different. For both of us, I've always said no, and it comes down to the fact that we just look way younger than we are. Sure, we're 21, but we look 17 or 18, and I just would just look weird, I think. And also, I'm just like not attracted to that. I want my boyfriend to have the face of a fucking Hollister model. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like as in facial hair. Especially when they like try to grow it and it's just not happening. I feel like also all the guys that have facial hair are usually the same type of personality, and I'm not into that personality. Yeah. Of like the whole sports guy, like let's go to the arena and just drink beers and like I don't know. A lot of guys with beards kind of have that personality, and I'm not interested. It's a bit stereotypical. Like, I think there's obviously guys out there with beards who don't act that way, but I've just found that to be common. When given a list of places, why can't girls decide where they want to eat? I've never experienced that. One, they probably just really don't care, or two, they don't want to say a place and the other person be like, no. Yeah, I think it comes down to they don't want to pick a place that you don't want to be at. Yeah. And you just don't want to be embarrassed or like just feel awkward for like making the decision. Meanwhile, maybe that's not even what the other person wants. Like, it's just so weird. I think it has to do with how comfortable you are with the person. Like, if you're comfortable, you don't care. You'll just be like, I want to go here. True. I think it's just two people trying to be polite, you know what I mean? Yeah. Personally, I usually know what I want to eat, but I feel like it would be different if I was with a boy. Who was your celebrity crush growing up? When I was like really young, like 6, Jesse McCartney. All day long. Are you joking? I loved him in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And I used to think he could see me through the through the TV screen. Another one I had was from the Cinderella story, Chad. Whatever. Oh my god, Chad Michael Murray. Yeah. Yeah, but I always liked the older guys. I liked like JT Austin off of Wizards of Waverly Place. Did you actually? Yeah. But like I wouldn't really call that like a crush. Like yeah, I was like, oh he's cute, but it was my first crush. Maybe like Zac Efron? Oh. Or any of the Jonas Brothers? Oh, it was Nick Jonas! Yeah, see, okay, yeah. How could I forget about Nick? Oh my god. What goes through your head when a guy asks you out? How can I deflect this situation kindly? Oh my god. Because, wait, like, are you asking, like, out on a date or, like, so, like, your girlfriend? No, probably out on a date. For one, if you like the person, then you're probably like, ooh. If you don't like them, then you're just kind of like, fuck, this is awkward. How do I? You more like just feel bad because like you're like, fuck, like I don't want to let anyone down today. In a way, like I've lied, I guess, because I've been like, oh, I'm not like really looking for anything right now. Meanwhile, like I'm always looking. One time I had a little ballsy moment, and I was very straightforward, and I just said I wasn't interested in him or just interested in general, and he took it very well. But I was like, yeah. So I don't know. It's different being asked like in the DMs too versus in person. I don't think I've ever been asked on a date in person. I have. It's fucking awkward. Or just like asked for your number. But if you like them, a whole different story. If they ask you and you like them, it's more like, holy fuck. You're like, what am I gonna wear? Where are we gonna go? You start thinking about how it's gonna go, and you kind of like psych yourself out. Why do you guys always go to the bathroom in groups? Well, if it's like on a date or like if there's boys there, you're definitely talking about like what happened in the conversation. Yeah, y'all are going into the bathroom for a little refresher. Yeah, you're like, what should I say to this? Am I doing good? If it's at like a club or a bar, girls go to the bathroom in a group because it's like, oh, like let's go for fun, like, and everyone's all, I don't know how to describe it. It's also to kind of make like them miss you a little, you know? Yeah. Like you take a little break and then when you come back, they're all like, oh, hey, yeah, like they're back. Like this would feel so shit if they were all gone. Yeah, you're showing them what it's like if you weren't there, basically. But girls going to the bathroom in a group at school blows my mind. I will never understand. Yeah, I never did that. Like pairs is all right because sometimes it is for safety, but I used to go to the bathroom all the time by myself. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. Yeah. But usually it's because it's more of a social thing that everyone wants to go to be all caught up on the gossip. Everyone wants to talk. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Ways to know if she likes you, kind of slash, like, what are hints that girls drop? To me, it is so obvious when a girl likes you. They're really engaged in the conversation. They, like, you can just tell. They probably compliment you a lot. It's for good reason because they're trying to be nice. They want you to like them. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. If they, like, always look good around you or, like, smell good, I think. Because, like, a lot of times, like, if you like somebody, like, you put a lot into your appearance. I mean, I feel like I do anyways, like, when I go out. But, like, if I know someone's gonna be there that I like, I do a little extra. Honestly, if a girl likes you, I think it will be obvious. But if you're more stuck wondering and you're like, oh, well, we've hung out, like, a bunch of times, but I'm still, like, unsure, the odds are a bit lower, probably. Yeah. If you're unsure. I feel like you will know. You know, girls and boys give mixed signals sometimes. One minute you think that they're really into you, and then one, like, you're just like, what? If you're unsure, just fucking ask. Like, what's the big deal? What is your biggest turn off in a guy? when all they do is talk about themselves.
Yeah.
A guy with long nails. Sorry.
A guy who's very like brags about themselves.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
like,
I guess
ew. Story time. When we went to a party one time, there was this really good looking guy, but his personality sucked because all he did was talk about himself. I remember telling him like my part-time job, he was like, asked where I work, and I was with Walmart, and he went like that to me. And I was like, okay, I'm 18 and you work at a fucking pizza shop, so shut the fuck up.
He did, because remember
He
we went to
did.
eat
What the fuck? Another thing that turns me off,
guys that smoke.
yeah,
Cigarettes aren't it.
because that's not like our lifestyle, so like that just wouldn't mesh well. So basically we have a lot of turn offs. What's your type when it comes to a guy? I have so many different types, like I don't have just one.
Right?
I like more artistic boys though, or boys that are into music, like I just do. But I'm not like only searching for that.
Yeah.
Because I love sporty boys too. They can be hot.
They can be, but I think it's like stereotypical, like comes with their personality to be very like tough.
True.
Because they're around guys all the time. Like, I
Okay,
feel
but like what if we're talking about like other sports such as surfing or snowboarding? Like what if they're into those types of sports?
yeah,
Like,
that, to me that's just like athletic. Like they're just
okay, so
athletic.
then yeah, but
they're not.
same thing when I say sporty boys.
Yeah,
like
I
athletic
guess.
boys can be attractive, you know what I mean? But a lot of them are just douchebags also. So
Just got opinions.
that's why you can't really have a type.
Skater boys are where it's at.
Oh, skater boys! That's
How
my
did you
boy.
forget?
How did I forget my
That's
one
all
true
you talked
love?
about
I
the
love
last
skater
video.
boys. I really like skater boys, but I feel like there's this weird.
Sometimes
They're
they're
really
scary.
hyped up now because of like TikTok.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I
sometimes
mean?
they're scary because like, oh, I can't explain it. Like,
they're intimidating.
yeah, they are.
Okay, I think this is like the last one. If I'm looking for a long distance relationship, what would you expect from me? Good communication. Duh. That's like basically what a long distance relationship is based off of.
Long distance relationships are just hard. I saw
Yeah.
because people are like, you don't know what they're doing like every day. Like you're not with them, you know. Like
True.
you
The
have
trust have to
yeah.
be really good. So I was dating someone long distance. I would want them to send me things,
Like in
send
the
me
mail?
letters, or send me,
Oh, that's so cute.
or send me like little gifts or something, and like vice versa. I'll do the same for you. I think that'd be so cute.
Yeah.
I think long distance relationships can be like really rewarding in a sense because then when you do meet up, it's like this like big grand reunion.
Yeah.
And then also the trust will be that much deeper if you guys were loyal to each other over the time. Like I think long distance relationships can be good, honestly.
But they're definitely hard because, you know, boys are horny, and if you're not with them, they fuck around sometimes.
Sure.
Because they're stupid.
So that's the end of the video. The
That was
sun is
fun,
setting.
though. I love doing like little relationship talks.
Yeah.
Because they're always
I-
just so like informative and fun.
I can't wait to do this again with our friends.
But let us know if you guys liked the video. What'd you think about it and what we said?
And you can leave more questions if you want because we'll just like keep collecting them for future videos
Yeah.
for when we're with our
'Cause
friends.
there's 110% going to be part 2. Peace out. Hope you guys had a good Friday. And we will for sure see you next Friday.
For sure we will.
Peace.